Welcome to this demonstration of a selected use case of freedom of information using process orchestration. In many countries, the Freedom of Information Act gives individuals the right to access government-held information. This includes information about them or government policies and decisions. So in the coming minutes, I will guide you through a freedom of information process using SS&C Blue Prism Chorus BPM, a digital worker, generative AI, a public portal for customer interaction, and a bit of intelligent document processing. Process orchestration is perfect for use cases like this, orchestrating the interaction of people, automations, systems, and content. To run an efficient, compliant, and accountable process, we use automation to assign the right work to the right resource at the right time. We minimize human intervention as much as possible, and we strive for straight-through processing. All of this will enhance the customer experience. Meet Peter. He is a member of the public and has a question of how the government is protecting the public from a certain synthetic opioid. He is submitting his request via the public available portal and uploads a relevant form with his handwriting.
Hi, this is Michelle. I am leading the Freedom of Information processing team at the Department of Health. Although the process is largely automatic, using straight-through processing here, at certain gates my team is making necessary decisions. Thankfully, the SS&C Blue Prism solution is stellar to loop my team into the process when needed.
Let's have a look at the end-to-end process. After Peter has submitted the request, a number of automatic activities are happening to gather all the necessary information for a human to make the go or no-go decision for the request. The uploaded form will be processed using Intelligent Document Processing, IDP, to extract the handwritten request information. The next step will use a large language model as part of GenAI to analyze the request and generate insight to serve the customer best. A digital worker will then work with a number of back-end systems to answer the question, what do we know about the requester? Once all of this information is collated, the best-suited team member of Michelle's team will make a go or no-go decision. The outcome from the GenAI analysis will propose the best possible groups within the department to answer the request. Within the last step, a response using GenAI will be created and provided to a member of the processing team to amend and approve. Peter will now receive his response within the legal timeframe, another example of a well-served customer thanks to process orchestration based on SS&C Blue Prism capabilities. Let's get started. Peter is submitting the public form based on SS&C Blue Prism UX Builder, uploads the handwritten request FOI form, and receives a confirmation email with a unique tracking code. Let's switch to the real system and see now Peter's experience being served by the process. Filling out the form with contact information, subject, and uploading the handwritten form. And receiving the confirmation code just after submission and via email. This is truly a great service. Now, quite a number of processing steps happening in the background, orchestrated by SS&C Blue Prism Chorus BPM. Peter filled out an FOI form using handwriting and uploaded it. Intelligent Document Processing IDP is now processing this form and extracting data. Let's look under the hood and see what was extracted. We are mainly interested in the handwritten field for documents requested. This extracted text will be passed to the process and form the decision-making. Of course, we need to understand what the so far gathered and extracted data mean to inform the process, automations, and people partaking. We use a GenAI large language model to get recommendations of which group is best suited to help with the request from Peter, understand sentiment and intent. We will inspect this information later with Michelle's team. We still need to determine if the request is vexatious, come from a blacklisted person or group, or if it poses a risk of sensitive information being disclosed. This is where we let a digital worker do all the swivel chair work to mimic a human in connecting to a number of systems to gather the relevant reports and intelligence, presented later to Michelle's team. Here we have another look under the hood and see a digital worker in fast action. Now finally, the work shows up in the list of work items of the best suited person in Michelle's team It is actually Michelle picking it up. Is it being served by SS&C Blue Prism Chorus BPM?
Hi, this is Michelle. I am sharing a bit of how I have instant 360-degree view of the work I am being assigned to by SS&C Blue Prism Chorus BPM. I open the top work item and inspect the associated documents, Peter's uploaded form and the confirmation email he received. All the forms data Peter submitted and of course the gathered intelligence by the GenAI analysis, the conclusion compiled by the digital worker are presented here. I can make now an informed go-no-go decision for this request. Easy. I am making the decision that this is a legitimate request and send this work item on its way. I wonder who will pick up the work item for the next step in the process.
Now that Michelle has approved processing of the request, it needs to be assigned to groups within the department to work on. The GenAI analysis has proposed the best group, and Michelle just needs to amend or confirm based on her experience.
I again pick the next work item from the list in SS&C Blue Prism Chorus BPM and get to work. I accept the recommendation of the GenAI analysis and send the work item to the respective group in the department. This is how work is most effectively distributed.
A number of days have passed, but now the response was compiled, all relevant documents were supplied, and necessary redactions were applied by the respective teams. The response back to Peter, which to support the team was generated by GenAI, is now available for amendment and approval.
Good that I don't have to craft a personalized response all the time. GenAI is helping me with that, and I just need to check the facts and amend if necessary before approval. I will add details covering the appeal's timeframe that Peter can use if he is not happy and approve. Peter has his comprehensive FOI response back in the legal timeframe, another happy member of the public being served well by SS&C Blue Prism Solutions.
At the conclusion of this use case example of FOI, we can gladly confirm that we have achieved our objectives we discussed at the beginning. Process orchestration using SS&C Blue Prism enabled us to do the right work with the right resource straight through processing and ensured great improvements in customer service.
As I am responsible for the FOI process, I have to stay on top all the time on compliance, like meeting processing timeframes, team activity, risk and cost. Thankfully, SS&C Blue Prism Operational Analytics provides a clear view on productivity, compliance, and risk of the FOI processing and visibility to my management, so that we know if our service delivery is in the green or to identify areas of improvement.
How easy was this process orchestration created? Business analysts or line of business developers simply use the no-code designer and drag and drop the Visio-like shapes to orchestrate between people, digital workers, content, and data to create an end-to-end process. Here is the process we just saw. Even non-technical people can understand the overall operation of the process. Thank you very much for your interest, and reach out for any questions.